Hi, Bill Barney here. Welcome to this week's episode on our TV channel for All Things Possible. And that is the title, Tips, Tricks, and Tools for Empaths, for people who are empathic. And if you found this video by searching on the internet, it is probably because you are an empath. And at first when we realize this, a lot of times we see it as a big problem, this what's wrong with us, how do we fix it? And I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with the right tools. This is an incredible gift and a blessing, and about 20% of the people in the world have this gift. And if that's you, welcome to this world, and let me share some things with you. If you're not sure if you're an empath, go to our website, and if you are and would like more information, go to our website, allthingspossible.biz. Again, that's allthingspossible.biz. And go back to our blog of possibilities and go back to August of 2017, and you'll find a blog that talks a lot more about whether or not you may be an empath and some of the ways to tell. If you're here, I'm going to assume that you already know you're an empath, and we'll go ahead with this. So again, many people see this as a blessing and a curse. The curse is that being an empath, you often have all these crazy emotions. And for the person who doesn't know they're an empath, they think they're emotionally, there's something wrong with them, and that's absolutely not the truth. Obviously, they're picking up other people's stuff, not realizing what it is. And so there's some things that I have learned as an empath and through my studies, and as I work with clients, with clients who are becoming healers, and share with them and teach them these tools. This is what I found to be very effective. And so I just want to give you a few tips, tricks, and tools that we can share. So the first thing is grounding. Grounding and connecting to source. Now I don't want to go into a long video here. I want to make this as short as possible. But go ahead and research my other video on grounding and connecting to source. Just Google that. And we've got some great information there. But just let me tell you a quick story. I had a client come and bring her 13-year-old daughter to me. Says, I'm bringing her for leg pains. She was having this incredible pain in her legs. And she says, we've been to the doctors, we've been to all kinds of places, we've tried herbs and oils and things. Nobody has any explanation, any reason while she is grounding. Well, while she is with this, nobody could find any reason for all this pain in her legs. As an empath, I immediately sensed that this little girl was an empath too. And I says, hey, let's walk outside. And I took the little girl outside. I just had her pick up 2 rocks. I says, grab 2 rocks and hold them in your hands. And we walk back inside. She grabbed 2 small, smooth stones, put in her hands, and we come in. I just talked for a minute or two about nonsensical stuff, more or less. And then I said, by the way, how is the pain in your legs? And it went from like an 8. Before that, she was an 8 out of 10, down to about a 2. And she goes, how did these rocks make my leg better? And I hadn't told them what was going on the whole time. I says, what is happening with your daughter? She's an empath, and she's taking on all of these other people's stuff, and it's just settling in her legs. And it's other people's junk. So I proceeded to then teach them some tools to shielding and working as an empath so that she wasn't picking up other people's garbage. We as empaths tend to be nature's emotional sanitary engineer, which in common speak is garbage people or garbage men, garbage women, whatever it is. We go around and unconsciously we pick up other people's junk, thinking that if we take on all of their negative emotions, hold them inside of ourselves, that then we help these people. And it's about like saying, oh my gosh, my neighbor has a cold, I'm going to go and breathe up all the air around them to take their cold away from them. All you do is share their germs. They still have the cold, and that's what we do as an empath. We end up taking it on, and we can shield ourselves in a way to protect that. So I just want to share with you a simple shielding technique, and there are many techniques. All of them are valid. This is one that I have found that is very effective. And I'm going to be talking in this dialogue, and you can say it along with me. Not only am I going to share this technique, but I'm going to ask you, if you choose, to go ahead and participate and do this shield for yourself as we are doing the video. Maybe you want to rewind and watch it again. But I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to use a magnet, This is not necessary, but I like it because it magnifies our intention and sends energy throughout our body. This is just a plastic candle. It's for knitting or something like that. But I like it because it's got the handle on it, but it's just a magnet in there. And we'll run that over the governing meridian. The governing meridian starts at the upper lip and it goes down to below the tailbone back here. But if you just run it up over your head like this, that'll be fine. It magnifies your intention. A couple of reasons not to use a magnet, just for precaution, is if you are pregnant or think you could be pregnant, or if you have some kind of electronic device like a pacemaker or something like that. I would feel real bad if you had a problem while you were doing this, and I don't believe there ever would be, but we can't be too careful. If that's the case, or if you just don't want to use a magnet, don't feel like it's right for you, just use your fingertips, and with your intention it can be just as good. I like to use a magnet, and so I'll do that for this purpose. The other thing is, in the dialogue, in the words that I use, I'm going to say one phrase that says, I'm now setting the vibrational frequency at 200 and above on the scale of human consciousness. You don't have to know what that is, but inquiring minds want to know. And this comes from David R. Hawkins from the book Power versus Force. And on that, he comes up with a scale of human consciousness. Very low, starting at about 20, is emotions of apathy. And up high is unconditional love. But 200 on this scale of 1 to 1,000, 200 is the breaking point where it breaks from negative into positive. So anything below 200 is your negative emotions. Right at 200, it starts with the first of the positive emotions and builds and gets stronger intensity in there above. And so it's like setting a filter on your shield at 200 above. We're only going to let in those things that are good for us and repel those things that are not. And so now, if you're ready, pause, rewind, do what you need to. But let's go ahead and go through the dialogue. I will do the shield, and you can just repeat after me. You can write it down on a piece of paper, whatever you would like. So let's go ahead and do the shield as though I'm doing it to myself. I am now placing a shield around me which will block all negative energies from reaching me. This shield is permanent and it will stay with me forever. It covers me completely on all sides, top, bottom, all around. It covers me completely. It will allow in love and positive energies and block out negative energies. I'm setting the vibrational frequency of this shield at the level 200 and above on the scale of human consciousness. This shield is permanent and it surrounds me completely, and so it is. And that it can be that simple. Now, if you feel the need, you're welcome. You won't do any damage if you do if you go through that again. However, it's really only necessary to do it once. After that, it's like a house plant. Even though it will remain with you forever, it's your job to feed and nurture. So feed and nurturing of your shield is, be careful you don't harbor a lot of negative emotions. Don't hold on to them. They're not conducive with the energy of a positive shield because they're negative emotions. It's that easy. Your shields will go down naturally at certain times. They go down naturally at night when you sleep. If you are injured, frightened, angry, scared, or sick, if you get a bad cold or a flu, your shields will go down. And so you need to maintain them. Here's a good thing that I suggest to the people that I work with as clients is in the morning, when you wake up, for the first couple of weeks, get physical with your shield. Energy follows intention. And just imagine it's almost like one of these tent things that you reach down on the floor, pull that up around you, and say shields up as you're doing that exercise. And do that every morning. Go shields up. And literally visualize this bubble around you when you walk into a meeting or into a room, a store, a large gathering of people. You can say shields up and just shrug your shoulders and just say it quietly to yourself, shields up. Or take your hands when they're hanging down and just say shields up. And just make some little motion that's up. It's not necessary to make the motions, but as you get used to it, start to create your intentions and get to working with the energy around you, it helps if you can have more physical movement involved. However, it is not necessary. You can just imagine the shields are up Visualize that, think it, and it will work. It's better if you start saying it out loud and doing some kind of physical motion at first when you begin this. And it can be that simple. Now, I had this thing where we've done a lot of seminars and trainings. After about a half a day, a little bit beyond that, I just like can't sit there anymore. I have to get out and walk around for a while. And what I realized is I was taking on other people. I just didn't like all the energy there. And since I realized that, I can just sit there in my chair when I start feeling that feeling in one of these seminars or something like that, or a training, and ground myself and think, shields up, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day and the next day and the next day, whatever the length of the training or seminar that we're doing. I can do it easily. If I do that beforehand, it helps. But the shields will come down as you have your attention on other things. So when you find yourself around negative people, especially if you're doing, if you have a negative person that you're in a very serious, you feel like they're draining your energy, these little vampires, you can literally just, while you're talking, just move your hand up like this, almost like you're brushing lint off, and think shields up. Just move your hand. Do a physical movement and just put a barrier between you and that person. Your energy follows your intention, and that will shield you from that person. They can go on blabbing, but it's going to bounce off of your shield. So be consistent with it. Just like a plant, it always needs water, sunlight, and nutrients to live. Your shield needs love and your constant attention. As you become aware of it more and more, it becomes natural. That's what I have for you today. There's other things with being an empath, but if you will learn to ground and shield and be aware of these things, your life can be much better. Then you can, when you notice that you're feeling something, ask yourself, is this anger that I'm feeling, is this mine? And always, I would suggest that you put an intention. If there's someone that I deserve to help, that I'm supposed to help, I want to know who they are. So when you do feel anger, or all at once you just feel weird, you say, is this mine? No. Okay, is it somebody around me? Because you might be picking up from somebody a long ways away. Okay, is somebody around me? Is it this person? Is it that person? And you'll be able to sense, oh, it's this person. And then ask yourself, is there something I can do to serve this person? If there's not, shields up and move on. If there is, then go and seek out this person, maybe bring up a conversation, and you'll know what to do. And it may take a little bit of practice. But this gift of being an empath, we're here to heal the world. You're a natural healer as an empath, and it may have seemed like a curse up to you now, but I invite you to the world, to this world of healing the world, healing this planet. Use your gifts to bless other people's lives, but learn to manage it so that you're not nature's garbage person, okay? Invite you to, again, go to our website, get more information, check out our different blogs. I have many videos and blogs also on healing techniques and subjects. So welcome and come and join our community. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. We will see you later. Bye-bye.